It's disbelief. I mean, this is why the Republican Party is in disarray. They need to move on from Trump. They need to condemn his actions, but they know that their base still is loyal to Donald Trump. And until they figure out a way of moving on, they're going to really have a problem as a party.
All right, let's talk about some of the substantive issues you guys have to deal with in the House of Representatives. The Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, she seems to be backing away from her initial proposal, which would have given Democrats a lopsided 7-4 majority on this proposed January 6th Commission of Inquiry. Should the commission be evenly divided between Republicans and Democrats, as Democratic Senator Chris Coons said here on CNN earlier today? And as you know, he's very close to the president.
Well, I defer to Speaker Pelosi's judgment on that. I think it should reflect probably the current makeup of the House and the way that committees do. So that wouldn't be lopsided, but it would have a slight advantage to the Democrats. That's how almost every committee is organized. But the important thing is to have the commission, and we should compromise on what the composition is. I'm not hung up on what the exact composition is, and it should be something that has the support of the broad American public.
Because as you know, it wouldn't necessarily have the support of the broad American public if the conclusions of the commission, the recommendations for changes, if they think it's lopsided in favor of one party or another, because the 9/11 Commission had an equal balance between Democrats and Republicans. What do you say to that?
I say I'm open to this. I mean, we have to remember, Wolf, that Republican lives were equally threatened that day. I mean, Vice President Pence's life was threatened. I've talked to Republican members of Congress who were in the Capitol who were afraid for their lives. So this should be something that concerns every American, to make sure that we never have an attack on our Capitol again, that there are not the kind of militarization or white supremacist groups out there. And if what it's going to take is a bipartisan commission to build that support, I'm open to that. But I defer ultimately. I think the Speaker will have the right judgment.
Yeah, it's so important that we look exactly back and see what happened and make sure we learn the lesson so that it doesn't happen again. Representative Khanna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Wolf.
Just ahead, we're going to tell you what we're learning.